Do tell.
So, my bill went up last month because it was the end of a year, and so they all at the end of the year they always up my bill.
Fascist.
So I contacted them and was like, "Hey, lower my bill,"
Mm-hmm.
and they were like, "We
No.
can't." And I was like, "You're going to," and they were like, "We can't. We can offer you less internet." And I was like, "Sure, whatever. I don't care. Lower the bill." So they dropped me down to 50 megs,
Okay.
which I thought, that's fine.
That
It's
should
enough.
be more than enough.
It's not.
Why is it not?
Yeah. Videos buffer all the friggin' time. It took me 6 hours to install Fortnite last night. And yeah.
I mean, I understand where you're coming from. At,
Oh, and it's $46
are you
a
actually
month.
getting 50 megabytes?
I was. Well, according to all the speed tests.
Uh,
I actually on the download, I was only getting um 2 megabytes per second,
yeah.
which it should be six and a quarter is what I should be getting. Um,
So this is my stupid brain not understanding how things work.
okay, so
If you're paying for
so
50, you should be getting 50 no matter what you're doing.
50 is megabits per second.
Okay.
So when you're downloading games and stuff, it measures it in megabytes. So you have to take that 50 and divide it by 8 to get megabytes per second. So I should be getting 6.25 megabytes per second on downloads.
Okay.
So I had shut off everything else on my computer that was taking up the bandwidth
Gotcha.
and was just 100% downloading and installing Fortnite. And I got up to 2.3 was the peak.
So that tells me that they're not actually giving you what you're paying for.
Yeah, that's Comcast for you.
I'm not
Um,
disagreeing with this in the slightest. By the way, I'm just saying,
oh yeah, yeah,
point this
yeah.
out.
Um,
Hey.
but also it's $46 for 50 megs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think their plan that I was on went up to 86, and that was 500. So right now,
Mm-hmm.
let's see here, divide by 50. Right now, I'm paying 92 cents per meg.
Yeah.
Um, Before I was paying 17 cents per meg. Um, but $82 is ridiculous.
Yes, that is ridiculous.
Um, and actually, right now, for new customers, you can get 1,200 megs down for 60 or for $70.
I mean,
And that is,
sounds like you need to cancel and start fresh, doesn't it? You're on mute, by the way.
oh, that's not how it works.
You muted yourself. I don't know what you were saying. Cut out mid
Um,
sentence.
so it's because I typed in a one.
Gotcha.
So they are offering 1,200 megs for $70 a month
Uh huh.
for new customers,
Yes.
which comes out to about 6 cents a meg.
I'm I'm still throwing my idea out here. Cancel and start
It
fresh.
doesn't work like that. If I cancel it and start fresh, they're like, "Oh, you were an existing customer," and I don't qualify for new customer deals.
You know, there used to be this thing called brand loyalty.
I know, right?
That the longer you used a brand, they would
So
drop the price because they were getting more money out of you as time went on. And there's yeah, we should give them a discount.
yeah, so um I was tired of that. So I was like, okay, screw it. I'm gonna be here at least another year. what's another $20? Um, so I contacted them, or I tried to do it online
Well, it's not another
because
$20.
they have
It's another $240.
well, yeah, $20 a month is what I meant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I tried to do it by myself online, but it keeps giving me, or it don't do anything. It gives me a screen. Let's see if I can post this still. Nope, I can't. But it gives me just this gray screen that has loading dots on it.
That's very helpful.
Yeah. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll chat with them. So I chatted with a guy, and he was like, okay, well, let me check on your current plan, and we'll see what we can do. And then he never came back.
It
Like
just
an hour later, he never came back. So I disconnected and tried again, and I could not get connected to anybody else for another hour. And then so I tweeted out uh, to Xfinity and uh, this very ironic and very much of a joke Twitter handle, Comcast Cares.
mm-hmm.
Um, and they finally, about 40 minutes ago, responded to my tweet.
And there's
And then they said, "Hey, DM us." And I said, "I DM'd you guys almost an hour ago."
mm-hmm.
Uh, and then so I gave them my information. They said, "Okay, what kind of internet are you looking to upgrade to?" And so I gave them the whole spiel. Haven't heard anything since. That was half an hour ago.
Gotta love it. Okay, screw it. That's never a good thing. Whenever I say screw it in that sort of tone, you know what's about to come out of my mouth is gonna be very unhappy. Why are internet service providers not classified under common carrier at this point? This is a legitimate question.
Because government.
Exactly. It's government overreach. They like to do that a lot. Why haven't they done it yet? They did it to the phone company 150 years ago. However long it was, it's been a little while. Here we go. When were phone companies classified as common carrier? Classified as common. 1934. So it's been almost 90 years since they were classified as a common carrier. When were phones invented? Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't have this number down. They were invented in 1876. So, about 60 years. Broad proliferation. It became the. I mean, it took a while for the phone to catch on. Like it did. So, yeah. I'm generally of the opinion that the internet has been around long enough. We should be at common carrier status by this point.
Yeah, and not only that, it has now become so integrated into our day-to-day lives
Mm-hmm.
that it is as much or more of a necessity than all of the other utilities.
Yeah. When was the last time you called somebody?
Well, today, but
I mean, there's also me today. Like, like I call somebody like maybe average once every 2 days. It's usually a less than 30-minute conversation, and I hang up. I'm on the internet hours, which is bad, but I'm on the internet hours a day doing all kinds of different stuff.
yeah.
I don't pay for.
And also, when I'm on the phone, I'm also on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I was when I said when was the last time you called somebody? I mean, like you picked up a phone, dialed in the number, and called the person. Like that's what I was referring to. Like this doesn't count.
I did that earlier.
Yeah, but like
Talked to Brooke for an hour on her way here.
okay,
I talk to Brooke all the time.
that's fair. Um, But yeah, like, why can't we fix this one? Like, the solution is so simple.
Because the people that are over all of that have more money than common sense and
You mean
lobby.
they're paying off the government
Yeah,
people?
and they lobby and pay off the government, and so the government does nothing about it.
I need to run for office, and that's going to be like my one of like 4 things that I have on my agenda. Reclassify all internet carriers as common carriers.
Good luck.
Uh, repeal the NFA. Let's see, lower taxes. Like, in fact, get rid of taxes if I can. But let's not go too far. There's only so far this fantasy can extend.
If you got rid of all taxes, our government would collapse completely, and we would go into chaos.
You're saying we're not in chaos now.
It would be worse.
My little corner.
It's hard
would be
to
peaceful.
imagine it being worse, but it would be worse.
Like, my little corner would be peaceful. Anything that wasn't peaceful would not be around long.
That's not true. Did you hear about the experimental city in, I want to say,
Oh,
Oregon?
Portland? Yeah. The Chop? Or the Chaz? With Chaz.
What?
It's called the Chaz. No,
I
I mean, like, it was the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. And then when they realized that they couldn't actually say that because then they were essentially fomenting insurrection in the United States, they changed it from the Chaz to the Chop, which is the Capitol Hill Occupational Protest.
No.
No, not that.
That's not
okay.
what I'm talking about at all.
Okay.
No, there was a city that decided to do a quote unquote experiment
Okay.
by letting the Libertarian Party come in and take over.
Okay.
And so they stripped as much regulation and taxes as they possibly could,
Mm-hmm.
and still be considered a city. And there were no regulations about pretty much anything.
Okay.
Do as you want, just don't, hurt anybody else. And so there was this lady in the town that decided that she wanted to feed the black bears in the area.
Okay.
And so every day she would feed the black bears. And so the black bears got to where they were used to being fed. So they would come around town and go to this lady's house to get food.
Mm-hmm.
And then they thought the black bears decided, oh, if she's going to give us food, somebody else will give us food.
Yep.
And then when the other people didn't give them food, they ate the other people.
So you're saying basically what you're saying is the Bears completely successfully executed an extortion racket.
I don't understand your wording.
So, like,
I'm not going to confirm or deny.
So, like, the classic extortion racket is that there's a family, say, who move into an area, and they say, "Hey, business owners of this area, we are going to provide you protection against unlawful activity. We ask that you pay us a certain amount of money, and we will make sure that nothing bad happens to your store. Something bad."
I don't think the Bears had protecting anybody in mind.
But I mean, like, hey, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the idea. Like, hey, we're here for food. Where's our food? We're here for our protection money. All right, you just give us a little money, it goes away. It's fine. You know.
So we're here for food. Oh, you don't have food? Well,
you are food. Hmm. By the way, I'm just posting something in the World's Worst Podcast thread. It's a video from a YouTuber named Gray Still Plays. He does crazy stuff. That's one of his most famous videos of all time, where he played a city simulator and removed all laws and regulations, and it did not turn out at all like the Portland town. Maybe because they didn't program for bears. But yeah, it didn't turn out like that at all. It's kind of becoming a virally famous video at this point, particularly among libertarian circles. Yeah.
So I have had to use two-factor authentication 11 times, not including the one time that I did it on Twitter to talk to this person that has also abandoned me. Just because it won't, like, I've clicked the box several times. Do not ask me for this on this browser, and it asks me every single time. And anytime I click on anything, it wants me to sign in, even though I'm already signed in.
Hmm.
Also, on this page that's just continually loading and not actually doing anything, if I refresh it, it loads quote unquote properly, and all it says is good news. You have Xfinity included at your address.
That's very helpful.
No, it's not.
I was being sarcastic.
Look, I even tried to call them. And you know how I feel about calling
Yeah.
people.
Yep.
And I got a machine, as per usual these days.
Yep.
And I finally got it to understand that I wanted to talk to a human being.
Oh, you know what I do?
And it told me they were closed.
You know what I do to get people on the phone?
I just shout nonsense into it until it
Yeah, that's what I do.
confuses. Yeah.
I start saying like weird words, and since I don't recognize that, and then I try switching to like Russian or something, and after like maybe 5 or 6 prompts, they're just like, "Yeah, we're gonna get you a person to see if they can figure out what you're saying." I'm like,
yeah, I was just sitting here going, agent.
Oh no,
and I would listen, and as soon as it started talking, agent. As soon as it started talking, agent. I understand you were trying to talk to an agent.
See,
yes,
that's
I am.
That's the problem. You can't use words that it recognizes. You got to use like weird stuff, like start reading off your Discord list. So,
oh no, like I said, it eventually tried to connect me to a human, but it told, "Ooh, hi, would you like to submit feedback to Xfinity?" Absolutely.
oh, let me submit some feedback. Like just like start off. To whatever poor soul actually has to read this, number 1, I hate you, but also I'm sorry. To begin. Like, I don't understand how it is that they stay in business. I mean, I do understand
because they have a monopoly.
It is
literally,
a monopoly. Yeah.
Literally, I cannot get internet any other way except through them.
It's so wrong. Like, why can't we just? Why can't this? This is why we can't have nice things. But why can't we have nice things? It doesn't make sense to me, Masters. I just want life to be simple and easy. Having more fun over there.
I can't talk to you and yell at them at the same time.
I mean, that's fair. So this week I did a bad thing. I do that a lot. My church has a memes thread that we post in, because why every church should have a memes thread. I'm convinced of this. I'm becoming more convinced of it all the time. Let's see if I can find it here real quick. And so because I'm a Star Wars nerd, and this was Star Wars week.
Really? There's a character limit? Ah!
So you're having a great day still. Let's see.
How likely are you to recommend Comcast? 0.
Yeah.
Not at all. Never gonna happen.
Wow.
Daddy Elon's gonna have to come and rescue us.
Yeah,
with his satellite.
I'm hearing Starlink is a better idea all the time. I'm just gonna say, like, but not to be on that topic because it's pressing and really, yeah. Star Wars Day was good at my church, and then also the second Star Wars Day. That was also
number 12. I'm having to sign in again.
I'm so happy. It's not about that.
So,
Yes.
Bad Batch is amazing.
Bad Batch is amazing. I'm actually right now I'm updating all my Star Wars thoughts in the World Wars podcast thread. If you're not a member of the Discord, by the way, you guys should definitely join. It's pretty amazing.
Oh my goodness, I'm about to mute this channel.
Because of me?
Yes.
You just have to mute it for like a couple more seconds here.
I just muted it for 15 minutes.
Okay, I'm only gonna have it going for a couple more. There wasn't that many, but like, you can't just have the fourth, and then you can't just have the fifth. Then you have Revenge of the Sixth, and today, yeah, I found a meme that had them going. So May the 4th.
Yeah, I did too, and they are horrible.
May the 4th be with you. Revenge of the 5th, Revenge of the 6th, because the Sith get 2. I am the 7th. The Force awaitens. Return of the Jedi 9th. The 10th Pyre Strikes Back, and the Phantom 11th. However, the best one was not posted by me, and it's actually quite distressing because somebody else came up with a better Star Wars meme than I did. I mean, I certainly got them on quantity, but they beat me in quality. It strikes out May the 4th be with you and Revenge of the 5th and just says, "This is the May." Which, yeah. Can't beat that. It's too good. Yeah. That was fun. Yeah. But yes, Bad Batch is amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was pretty obvious, like from the start, that like the girl was coming with them. Also, I have to admit, I have not watched it sufficiently, or not watched it, but not played it sufficiently. Is the young Jedi at the beginning of the series, the same one from Jedi Fallen Order? Masters.
What?
Yeah, so there's the kid, the Jedi Padawan at the beginning of the show.
I didn't hear a word you said.
Okay, so there's the kid at the beginning of the Jedi. There's the Jedi Padawan at the beginning of the show, episode 1.
Yeah.
Is that the same guy from Jedi Fallen Order?
No.
Sure.
It's the guy from Clone Wars Rebels.
Kanan? Was it Kanan?
Yep. It is.
Oh yeah, I guess it is. Because I was looking at his lightsaber and I knew it looked familiar, and I'm like, oh, that must be from. Yeah. Okay. You're right. Yeah, that's what messed me up because I'm thinking of him as Kanan Jarrus, and they called him Caleb Doom. Yeah.
He changed his name.
Yeah. That's what got me. Derpa derpa. Still, nice callback. I was like, also when he first showed up, I'm like, man, the guy they got voicing this kid is really old. Like, why did they pick him?
Yeah,
it's because it's the same voice actor.
Same voice actor. Yeah. Yeah, I was watching. I don't remember what I was watching, but the guy was like, Guess he hit puberty early.
Which I get it, but like, okay, they could have done something.
I mean, I would have at least tried to make my voice a little bit higher as I was talking.
Yeah, he's just. I mean,
It's literally the same voice.
It might be a little bit higher, but not by much. Not by much at all. But yeah. Great show. I kind of wish they hadn't done what they did with I'm still getting all the names right. Hunter, there's Wrecker, Tech? Just Tech?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Tech. And I keep wanting to say it's fives, but it's not fives.
No.
Fives is just in my head.
It's Wolf, Wrecker, Tech, Sharpshooter.
See, that's the one that's really messing me up. All right, okay, here I'm gonna.
And Echo.
Echo is the reg.
Yeah.
It's not Wolf, it's Hunter.
Mm-hmm. And Omega.
Yeah, but I'm trying to remember what the sniper's name is. It's not
Sharpshooter or something like that.
It's not that. But it's like related to that. It really doesn't help that the same guy is voicing all of them. Okay. Who are the Bad Batch? There we go. Let's see if we can get a clear meeting, yada yada. Okay. Ooh. That's right. Okay, that's cool. Okay, there's Hunter. Tech. Crosshair. There we go.
Crosshair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't imagine why he's hard to remember. Only printed on his face.
Yeah, well, we're not looking at a picture of him. So.
I am.
Well, there's no excuse.
I think he's the bad guy anyway.
Hey, spoilers.
Which I mean, I was really hoping that they weren't going to do that they'd find some way to like just kind of fix the problem and then move on with actual story.
They probably will eventually.
I know they will eventually, but this is going to be like their season 1 foil, and then like they're going to cap it off with him like coming back. And it's like, fine, but I really wish they'd have done.
I think what it is they realized that he was a little bit too good. Like, he would be a very good Deus Ex Machina for, like, all of their situations.
Oh, clearly. Like, oh, we have a problem. Hey, can you shoot this for us? I shot it already. Okay, great. We're just going to...
I mean, for real. When they're doing the training simulation with the live fire, he's like, Wrecker, knife.
Yeah.
And then kills the last one. So it's like...
Shoots out of the air and, like, perfectly stabs.
I mean, it's like the same reason that the Hulk went to a different planet after the first Avengers movie.
Yeah. Because
it's like, okay, he's a little bit too powerful. We need to let him go for a little while.
I love that line though from Thor Ragnarok, where it's like, we have to go. Oh, but big monster.
Yes.
Oh man. Oh, that's so good. I did hear that they're going to be doing a Hulk feature film. Finally.
That's gone over well in the past.
I know it's gonna. This one's gonna be
surely with Mark Ruffalo it'll be okay though.
It's a question: are we going to get the story of how he became Smart Hulk, or are we just going to get him as Professor Hulk and then see how things go?
There's no telling.
I mean, yeah.
I'm
That's
starting to wonder if Xfinity has blacklisted me as like a problem customer.
I wonder if there'd be like a way to report them to Twitter and be like, like this is an official account that's not responding to people, and it's the whole purpose of the account to respond to people. Can you help? I mean, at least that might at least pop up on their feed somewhere. Like, hey, you've been reported for X and Y and Z, and you're being investigated to see if. I mean, even if it's just like a completely bullcrap thing, just be like, oh, you could tell them that it's cyberbullying because they're blocking you from being cyber.
Oh my goodness.
Hmm.
Like, I'm so done at this point.
I also like trying to like run down all the things that the group is good at. So Hunter,
He has heightened senses.
heightened senses, yes. It seems like it's on the border of force sensitivity, but
No, that's Omega.
yeah, but is it though?
It is.
We know this.
It's highly speculated.
I
It
mean,
is.
I was
It
highly
is current.
speculating that Hunter was force sensitive. Like,
It is currently. Um, it is currently fan theory that Omega is the first successful clone that is force sensitive, and that it is a precursor to Palpatine being resurrected.
could be. Here's the other thing. If that is the case, that also ties in very well with other parts of the Filoni verse about the cloning being done in Mandalorian, backed by Grand Admiral Thrawn. Which, if that falls any level of, if that falls in any way, some of the existing Legends storylines involving Grand Admiral Thrawn, he had a lot of interaction with Force-sensitive clones all throughout the expanded universe books,
Yeah.
which would be kind of cool. So, like, possible. I'm reserving judgment, and just like, oh yes, she's Force sensitive.
But like they pointed out specific details, like um, know it. Like it almost seems like she knows what people are thinking before they say it. Like
Oh,
when she was talking to Crosshair and saying, "I know what you're going to do.
mm-hmm.
Please don't."
Yeah. Well,
Um,
there are empathic species in Star Wars that are not
yes, but
inherently
she's a
Force sensitive.
clone.
I know that, but I'm playing devil's advocate here. Because I mean, just think about it. Wouldn't it be kind of nice if there was actually a Star Wars thing that wasn't completely wrapped up with who can use the Force? I know it's like the whole hook of Star Wars. But wouldn't it be great if there was actually a Star Wars anything that didn't revolve entirely around the Force and Jedi and people like that?
I mean, it's kind of the whole point
Uh
of.
no. I mean, we were gonna get one in Republic Commandos, and then they Disney canned Gina Carano, so that's not happening anymore. Um, that,
What do you
but
mean they canned her? They didn't have her on contract for anything.
they did have her signed up to lead and headline that
Not
show.
according to their statement. They didn't.
I'm sure it wasn't in their statement.
They released their statement about it, and they said that they currently have no contracts with Miss Carano, uh, but they will not be, and that they are not looking to use her in the future.
Yes, that is exactly what their statement said.
Hmm.
I acknowledge that that is exactly what their statement said. And at the time that their statement was released, I'm quite sure that that was an accurate statement. However, not mean that that is the only.
I know, Gavi.
Yeah,
I'm being.
basically, There's a reason that Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni both talked about quitting. Like within a couple of days of all that happening, like we might be looking into other projects beyond Star Wars at the moment. And like, you guys have other of those at this point? We thought you were just we thought that was just kind of what you're doing. Like we're exploring other things within like a week of her being fired. They're like, we're exploring other options. I'm like, ooh, okay. Somebody's got their toe stepped on, and not just the lady who was named in the official statement. Yeah. Actually, I think there is supposed to be something that's not Force centric, or at least has the potential to not be. But I forget what that was. From their official release a couple of months ago, almost a year ago, I think. Oh, actually, the Book of Boba Fett. Screw that.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm very happy about that. Tamira Morrison is fantastic. We need more of him on screen.
Oh, they came back.
They came back.
Uh-huh.
What did they say?
Look, so they said, what kind of internet speeds upgrades are you looking for?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I just want to get the best for my money. I've got a 50 meg. I said the 50 meg right now that is a ripoff for the current price.
Uh-huh.
I was like, and I'm not up for paying $80 when I was paying $60 for the same thing.
Yep.
And I told him if Comcast wasn't a monopoly where I live, I would have left them a long time ago. Then I said, did I lose you? Hello, do you not want my money?
Mm-hmm.
I said, look, I'm not upset with any of the reps here. It's Comcast that I hate.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to get the internet upgrade with the best possible price. I will even give you an outstanding customer service review. I just want to get this over with, as I've been trying to get this done for over 3 hours at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And I started that conversation, let's see, an hour ago. And they just now responded. We found a promotion that might work really well for you. It's their extreme internet speed, which I think is their 100 to 200 megs.
Yeah, I think it's like 250.
It might be 250. And she said your estimated bill. I assume it's a she. I don't know why I assume it's a she. The initials are AY.
Mm-hmm.
But they say your estimated monthly bill will be $50. Great.
AY is officially Amy Young. I don't know why. That is now her name in my head. Why should it be like, Aaron Yolinsky, and it's like some 350-pound guy with a beard just going, yeah, we'll give him $50.
But it's amazing what service you could get when you promise them a good customer review.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just told them about the customer review 8 minutes ago.
What?
8 minutes ago is when I said, I'll even give you an outstanding customer review.
Oh. I go the other way. I say if I don't receive a positive response back within, X amount of time, the next person I'm going to be contacting is my lawyer about your refusal to render services paid for. Which also gets a very quick response for different reasons, and usually from their legal department, which is sometimes more effective. But that's a whole other story. And then sometimes I just call my lawyer and be like, hey, screw these guys, please. Having on-call legal counsel is too much power for some people. I am some of those people.
I can imagine. Oh, that's a scary thought.
Like, and I don't even get to do like half the fun stuff. Like, usually it's just like little contract negotiation things and stuff like I'm probably going to call them in a couple months when I'm moving out of this apartment someplace else and be like, hey, can you help me get out of my last little bit of, rental, rigmarole? Because I'm trying to get out earlier. The new apartment's opened up. Help me figure this out. Which I'm paying for them to do it. They'll do it for me. Woohoo! But yeah. It is way too much power. I have all the power. Hmm. Anyway, I'm happy you're getting your internet fixed or adjusted.
Oh my goodness, me too.
I feel like I should have so much more to say about the Bad Batch, but it's just kind of
It's just
relaxing.
yeah, it was just good.
Yeah.
Technically we've gotten 3 episodes so far.
Technically,
Because
we've gotten 4 because they're like
you're right, we
20.
have gotten
They're
4.
like 22-minute increments.
You're absolutely right. Yeah,
like a little mini movie, Scott.
yeah.
Good.
I was stoked when I logged in on Tuesday and saw that it was 75 minutes. And I was like, yes.
I didn't watch it till Wednesday.
Yeah, I watched it after I got home on Tuesday.
Yep. I understand. I get you. But like,
yeah,
it's a Jedi holiday. I don't celebrate.
Oh my goodness. Anyways,
it would be so. It would be less sad if it was not 100% what happened. I'm like,
anyways,
I can watch this right now. I'm not. Screw it. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
so I was excited about the first one. The second one, I was a little disappointed because it was a shorter, normal episode.
Yeah.
I was hoping they would all be that long. Even if we
so...
only got like 4 or 5 episodes,
That'd
if they
be
were all
so...
75 minutes, I would be okay with it.
They'd basically just be creating mini movies at that point.
Yeah,
which I'm okay with, but
exactly, 100%.
I do kind of like the longer episodic format. I hope that this runs like 20 some odd episodes a season. That would be ideal. Because that's about right.
Nope.
That way I feel like I've gotten, not necessarily my money's worth, but like I'm getting a proper dose of Star Wars television. I think the longest season was back in like season 1 or 2 of the Clone Wars. It had like 32 or 4 episodes. And then they've gotten shorter since. I just don't understand my needs as a human being. I am required to have a certain level of Star Wars given to me every so often. Otherwise, I just kind of start hate watching.
Kermit's getting better.
I say otherwise, I just start hate watching the sequels.
You
don't want me hate watching.
There are going to be 16 episodes.
Okay, that's not. Maybe the last one will be longer.
Maybe
that'd be like just.
But I mean, even right now, it's technically 18 episodes because the first one was like 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So maybe the finale is another 3 episodes, and that'll get us up to 20.
I'd be okay with that.
That would be dope. But yeah, that was good. What else? Oh, I sent you a whole list of things I wanted to talk about last week.
You did.
We didn't get to.
We talked about any of those because did you just actually send them to me, or was it just like
I did. I sent you a list. You were like, we probably wouldn't have anything to talk about anyways, and I was like, I had all of this to talk about. Oh, my parents got a dog.
Oh, nice. Oh, there's the list of stuff that. Oh yeah, started a call that lasted 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then 2 hours later.
But yeah. So my parents got a new dog. It is either the most traumatized or the stupidest dog in the world.
Okay.
It took them 3 days to get him to walk upstairs by himself, and they only have 3 stairs.
Okay.
I would throw the ball, he would chase after it, pick it up, and then turn and look at me.
Mm-hmm.
And would not bring me the ball. If I went inside, he would bring the ball up onto the porch. But then when I went out to get the ball, he would run away. It took them, I think, 5 days to get him to where he would come back inside uncoerced.
Okay.
And yeah, he doesn't ever bark. Unless like he'll bark at birds outside or stuff like that. But like if he's inside, no barking. He doesn't lick anybody. Um,
How old is he?
he's almost 2 years old.
Okay, so it sounds like he had some weird stuff happen to him.
Yeah. The girls climb all over him and he does nothing.
I'm
He just
sure
lets
they
them do it.
Like
He just lets them do it.
whether he let him do it or not, I'm sure they did it anyway.
Oh yeah. But like he doesn't try to run from them. He doesn't bark at them. He doesn't try and bite them. He just lays there and takes. In fact, he likes it.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it could also like if he has had some sort of trauma or something, it could just be that he's accepting of any kind of affection that he might be getting. And so he's like, yeah, this is great. This is yeah.
Oh no, he doesn't like adults. He runs from adults.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
So go ahead.
and like your parents knew some of this before they got the dog, I'm assuming, because like
No.
it wasn't just like a sight unseen kind of buy. Like, we have a dog. Oh, we'll take it. Okay.
No, that's exactly what it was.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I pinned it because it kept scrolling me back down to the bottom.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, there it is. Can we talk about my robots meme?
okay. Hold on. Why is that? The link they just sent me won't open up in my browser for some reason on my computer. So I'm opening it up on my phone.
Not actually a Comcast account. It's a Russian bot. You've just given them all your account information. Oh. I don't know.
Okay. So what they're giving me is the Extreme package
Okay.
for $96 a month.
That is a lot more than the guy said to you.
Which is no. Yep, hold on. It doesn't actually tell me what the speed is. But they're giving me a $36 a month discount.
Okay.
And then for the first 12 months, and then next year it's only going to go up $20, which isn't terrible from 50. And then with auto pay, it's another $10 off.
Okay.
So $46 off, bringing it down to 50.
Okay.
Of course, they are data capping me at 1.2 terabytes of data per month, which I could easily overrun, but I can also easily stay way under.
I'm not a fan of that. Absurd.
Yep, data caps are stupid.
Like, welcome to the internet age. Yet we offer you the entirety of human existence on a small box that's comfortably in your room. We're going to limit how much of that all of human existence you have access to. And if you go over, we're going to charge you out the nose.
Yep. But anyways, okay, so dog. Then I watched 3 new movies that I'd never seen before last week.
Okay.
I watched oh my goodness. I watched A Wrinkle in Time. Super weird movie.
Yep.
Very much for children.
Yep.
Very much Disney movie. Like it gets a solid meh from me.
I hear that there's
like
like
it's
a
not
lot
a
of,
movie.
I think there's a lot of moments in. I've not seen it, but I've heard there's a lot of moments in there where just like stuff just happens because it has to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I can't recommend it, but like, it's like one of those movies. Like, if somebody brings it up, you're like, "Oh yeah, I've seen that," but that's about as much as you ever say. It's like, "Oh yeah, I've seen it."
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Uh,
Let's see, what else did I watch? Um, I watched. I really wish Disney had a
history function.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah, but of course their websites are crap. So, um,
It is like the
I
weird
watched. Oh, I
dichotomy.
watched Hidden Figures. Hidden Figures was a great movie.
It almost win an Academy Award, or maybe it
It
did.
was so freaking good. Um, it made me really mad a lot of the times.
That's kind of the point of the
Um,
movie.
yeah. But it, but yeah, like I wanted to reach through the screen and punch the actors, especially Jim Parsons, because I'm like, you know better. Ah. Um. Well, maybe Jim Parsons doesn't, but I can't even say that Sheldon does. Anyways, and then what was the other movie? Here, let me go through. Uh, oh, and while I'm looking for this, do you want to talk about how disappointing 22 versus Earth was?
I have not seen 22 versus
You
Earth.
haven't seen it?
Nope.
It's so disappointing. It's it's just a short.
I did watch something else that was very disappointing, but
It's like 6 minutes long,
uh-huh.
and it's not an episodic thing. There's just one of them.
Okay.
It's super disappointing. Like, it wasn't even like just the fact of it not being episodic
Mm-hmm.
or like a feature length kind of thing,
Yeah.
just or even 30 minutes long. It was just that right there just made it disappointing in and of itself. And then when you watch it, it's like this was just a waste of my time.
It's kind of like one of those little Pixar shorts, but without as much of a
Yeah,
punch as other things.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. So the disappointing thing that I saw was the Addams Family reunion, which was the I'm not sure if it was made for TV or if it was like a direct to VHS thing from 1998. So Addams Family movie, the Addams Family movie, and then the Addams Family Values from the earlier 90s were both fantastic. Christina Ricci plays Wednesday, and like a bunch of other people who I can't remember right now. Christopher Lloyd plays Cousin Fester. That on its own, Christopher Lloyd playing Cousin Fester makes those movies leaps and bounds and infinitely better than the Addams Family Reunion, where Patrick Thomas plays Cousin Fester or Uncle Fester. And it's got a bunch of really cheap, bad CGI, um, almost completely irredeemable. The only thing that makes it in any way, shape, or form watchable is Tim Curry as.
Oh, there we go.
As
Hey, you're back.
have I not? I mean, your internet's worse than mine is.
No, I think what it is the thing went through
Oh,
and they did a refresh on my internet and see here.
oh, and I'm just sitting here talking to myself about how the Addams Family Reunion is terrible, except for Tim Curry.
Yep, that's
Um,
exactly what just happened.
yep,
And so I'm getting 500 megs down now.
nice. I mean, it had Carol Strucken playing Lurch, but Carol Strucken plays Lurch in everything. So, I mean, it's. Did he play Lurch better in this movie, or did he play Lurch better in that
So
movie? Did he?
I have no idea what you're talking about because I didn't hear. Like, what is the? Because I was talking to you. What
Oh,
was the last thing that you heard about from me?
you dropped off after talking about how disappointing 22 to Earth was.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, I had a disappointing thing that I watched too. And I was talking about Adam's Family Reunion, which is, again, terrible. Except for Tim Curry.
Uh.
He is the redeeming factor. Like, it's an
Hmm.
okay. It's like an okay Adam's Family story, but cheap CGI, really very kidified. I mean, even more so than the Adams Family typically is already. But like, I for a movie that finally got the perfect casting for Gomez Adams, I expected better. Like, and yeah, Tim Curry's fantastic. He's fantastic in everything. I don't know if I've ever seen a bad Tim Curry performance. If I have, it doesn't come to mind. I'll leave that as it lies. You were saying about 22 to Earth.
Yeah, it's so disappointing. It's just like it was just pointless to watch, really.
I've seen a bunch of articles about it, and a bunch of people like theorizing. Well, if you look at this, and apparently there's like an Incredibles reference where like she encounters this family of souls that have masks on, and that's supposed to be like a reference to the Incredibles or to supers in general.
No, no. She creates a force to stop souls from getting to Earth, and ends up um, helping each of them find their spark, and then they leave her to go to Earth.
Oh well, that's self-defeating.
My favorite one was like this. This was just hilarious. But my favorite one was where she was trying to get these all these souls to not get their spark and to try and ruin other people from getting their spark.
Right?
And people, they start leaving her after they get their spark. And there's this one, and it's like, and she's like, "You'll stick with me, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, we'll stick with you." She's like, "You believe in the cause?" "Yeah, I believe in the cause." "You'll do anything I say, won't you?" "I'll do anything you say." And then he gets his spark, and it's a sheep.
Alrighty. Oh,
Oh my goodness, it was great.
I mean,
Um, that was the only highlight.
so the Incredibles thing didn't happen.
I mean, they're all wearing the kids or the
Incredible
souls.
mask, yeah,
They all have the mask on,
right.
but other than that,
Well,
I mean, it might be a reference to, but
because I saw an article. I haven't seen it. So in fairness, I don't know the context of it precisely. But a lot of people were theorizing that this was kind of Disney Pixar's way of sort of admitting to the validity of the Pixar theory, because there was so many crossovers, and the idea that animals have souls, which was kind of made a joke about in the movie Soul itself, although whatever happened to Mr. Whisker's soul, we shall never know.
so it came back into his body at the end.
It was going to the great beyond, man.
Yeah, but at the end, he's a cat again.
That was probably just soul number 2. Cats have 9
Yeah,
lives.
that's what I'm saying.
It's like so dark. It's like, where's Mr. Whiskers? You. He's going up towards the bright light. Such a dark movie. but yeah, like I've heard that like 22 to Earth was like their kind of way to acknowledge a lot of the Pixar theory crossover. I don't know. I don't know how that plays out with. It also, to really make the jump, you'd have to find some way to tie Soul to Coco, because that's both ends of the spectrum, the beginning and the end. I mean, there's not the. I mean, actually, Soul kind of dumps all over Coco, because when you die, you just go to the great beyond, and then not the great beyond if you're Mexican. I don't know. I don't know how this works, man. You're muted again, by the way.
That is the great beyond for Mexicans.
Um, maybe. I still want to see the version of Soul where Carl actually dies. I think that would have had a much bigger emotional punch to it.
Carl?
Carl, is that not his name?
I don't think. No, no. That's definitely not his name.
What's his name?
Joe.
Joe, bro. Carl's from Up.
Yeah, Carl's from Up. I'm still looking for that third movie that I watched.
I also watched Sinbad, the Legend of Sinbad, which was an early um,
I love
DreamWorks film.
Sinbad. Yep, I love Sinbad.
Hmm. Did you understand what I sent to you after I watched it?
What did you send to me?
Let me find it here. So I said, watch Sinbad. Should have had Rezo flip for Bashaba day one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
I absolutely understood that.
that. Oh man, that would have been a whole different campaign right there. He'd have been like, "Well, it's gonna hurt me, but at least I can see it coming." What are your desires, my dark mistress?
Oh, so
Yes.
I've found a new YouTube channel
Okay.
that I think you would actually like.
Okay.
It's a therapist and his friend that's a filmmaker
Okay.
reviewing um, movies
Okay.
from a therapy standpoint.
Okay.
And it's really intriguing.
Are they trying to psychoanalyze the characters?
They are trying not necessarily psychoanalyze the characters, but try and use the films to help people understand different aspects of mental health. Um, I've watched way too many of them to be able to give you a specific example. But like they were talking about in one, they were talking about how Christoph is the is a good model for what um a good man in a relationship should be.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you have
Um
any specifics on that? Because I'm curious as to what they're saying.
so the main thing they kept talking about is shelving your needs. So like when he's like coming up and trying to propose over and over and over again, and they're like, and he needs to shelve that because she is in a crisis right now, and he eventually figures out, oh, it's not about this right now. I need to focus on her and help her through this right now, and then we can work on me.
Okay.
And so at the end, when he picks her up on Sven, and he's like, "What do you need?" and she's like, "We need to get to the dam," and he's like, "Okay, let's go." He's like, now some people would be like asking why they need to get to the dam, what's going on, because he literally just run up and is like, would be questioning why are the rock giants chasing us,
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. But Kristoff shelves his emotions and is like, okay, let's get this done. And then after he helps her resolve her issue, then he can bring back his issues, and those are can be resolved. And he said they were talking about how that works both ways, but uh, I don't know. They explain it a lot better than I do. Um,
Hmm.
the
I
do
say, do you have links?
I do. It's called Cinema Therapy,
Hmm.
aptly named. Let me stick it in the right place. Um, but yeah, they've got a good amount of stuff. They started a year ago, and they've done everything from Harry Potter to Lord of the Rings to Pixar to uh, uh, Twilight, uh, Elf. They've got the Nativity on here. I haven't watched that one.
Hmm.
Uh, the they do these other ones that are called Therapist Reacts, where they literally just watch a movie and then he reacts as different things pop up. And they did that
There
for
is
Soul. And it's just interesting.
Oh, so I've actually seen some of these apparently because I have. Some of these videos have a little red bar at the bottom. Okay. It's so these guys have only been doing stuff for like a year.
Yeah.
I just had a horrible thought.
Like they started this during COVID.
Okay. Horrible thought. I must determine something. To do you. Okay. We're not there yet. Close.
We're not there. What?
We're almost at the 1 year anniversary of the World's Worst Podcast.
1 year anniversary, but we haven't made it 52 weeks.
We're at the 1 year anniversary of having started to do it, which counts for something. But we're not there yet. Man. This reaction.
Yeah. We've been doing these horrible things for way too long.
We have the exact same viewership as when we started. Actually, we may have lost some people.
We gained some and then lost them.
That's fair.
I mean, I don't blame them.
I mean,
I'm
tell
proud
them.
of them for making intelligent decisions.
I tell them to leave.
Hey. Oh, maybe it wasn't on Disney Plus. Maybe that one was on. In fact, I know it was. On Amazon Video, I watched a movie. What was it that I watched? It was a movie I'd never seen before.
They have 2 episodes on The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, you know, it's they had a guest on,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't watch it in order. It's really annoying. But and they're basically just talking about the songs.
Okay.
Um,
Have you been watching these folks for a little bit?
no, I've literally only watched them for like 2 days.
Okay.
Why?
It's just because you've been there was like 3 weeks in a row where you're asking me about my thoughts on Never Enough from The Greatest Showman, and if I'd caught all the nuance of it, and I'm like, I think I have, and discussed that a couple times.
Yeah.
So I was just checking to see if that might have been a holdover from something.
No. That was just a conversation Ducky and I had about it.
Okay. I will say this about Never Enough. Listening to it is never enough for me.
Yeah, they said that was the best song in the entire film. And I was like, no, it's not.
It's not bad. What in your opinion? What's the best song?
My goodness, I can never remember the name of it. YouTube Music. Showman. Come Alive.
Hmm.
Come Alive is my favorite, followed by This Is Me, and then A Million Dreams, um, Rewrite the Stars, Tightrope, The Greatest Showman, From Now On, and then Never Enough. Oh,
Wow.
and then the other side is after um, Rewrite the Stars. I forgot about that one.
You have it way down there.
Yeah, it's bottom of the list.
Wow. I would not say that at all. It is like fantastic. Like, it's not just a good song. Like, it's one of the best performed songs. Like, when they build this lady up to be a fantastic singer, and then she just delivers 100%. Yeah. Oh wow. I disagree.
I know you do.
I disagree so much.
Uh,
I mean,
why would I want you to start with that?
like I thought This Is Me probably should have gotten the Academy Award. It lost to Coco, and what was it? Remember Me, which was a travesty. I mean, yeah, Coco's good and the song is nice.
Bumblebee.
Bumblebee.
I watched Bumblebee.
Oh, okay.
And probably my favorite Transformers movie ever. Oh, and I also watched Gemini. That was a good movie too.
Oh, the Will Smith one?
Yeah.
No, wait, that's Gemini Man.
Gemini Man. Yeah.
I just got spoiled on something for Bad Batch.
How? There's not any details
I was scrolling through something and there was a Bad Batch video ad playing, and I got spoiled on something for an upcoming episode.
How? There's not any information in it for an upcoming episode.
There is information. Let me see if I can. I mean, I don't know if you want to get spoiled. I mean, it's not really like a major spoiler, but it is a spoiler.
Yeah, send it to me.
All right, give me a second. Yep, there we go. Right there. We now have a visual confirmation of how Omega is going to be contributing to the team.
Are you gonna send it to me?
I had to screen grab it. There you go.
Screen grab it. Why not just send me the video?
Oh, because you don't watch trailers. It's a trailer.
I don't care. Send it to me.
Hmm. No. Yeah. Posting this in the World's Worst Podcast. There we go. It's the link to the tweet. Actually, I should follow that account while it's up here. But yeah, she's gonna get some sort of energy bow, apparently. Also, I mean, we already know that Fennec Shand is gonna pop up pretty quick, so that's not really a surprise. But yeah, going to get herself an energy bow. That will be interesting. They always have to give the new audience window main character person something out of the ordinary to fight with. Did you mute yourself again?
No, I was watching the thing you sent.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't really say that's a spoiler.
I mean, it is information that I didn't have before. That is now information that I have about something that is happening in the future.
I mean, what can you tell from it other than they're using some kind of bow?
That she's using some kind of bow. That to me is a spoiler.
But she's not. I mean,
I'm assuming if she's using it, she's going to be pretty good, and it's going to factor in at some point rather heavily in the story.
she's already shot a blaster
I know.
and nailed a guy.
Yes. No, not nailed a guy. She nailed his gun, which is a whole lot harder. Like,
Well,
whole lot harder.
Yeah.
Which, if she's that good with a blaster, why are you making life difficult on her and giving her a bow? Like, they now have to write into the show a reason for her to use a less efficient weapon.
How do you know it's less efficient?
It's a bow.
So,
It's a bow.
first of all, Kuya would disagree.
Kuya
Secondly,
is
it's a
wrong.
future bow.
Kuya is wrong. And actually, no, it's not a future bow. It's a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away bow.
All right, I'm ending this call.
Oh, you walked right into that. It was great. Oh. Ah. That just made me very happy. For all the wrong reasons, of course, but it just made me very happy. Thank you, Masters, for walking directly into that.
Just be glad that you're not the worst thing I've had to deal with today.
I feel like I'm not living up to the expectation. How can I improve?
Anyways, so I also watched the behind the scenes for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yep.
And they used a lot more CGI than I thought they did.
How so?
Specifically in the truck chase scene where they're fighting on the rooftops of the trucks. Literally everything in in those shots, except for the actors and the trucks, is CGI.
Yeah.
Like they literally drove it on actual roads. But the roads they drove them on did not match up the scenery of where they were trying to say that they were driving on.
Yep.
And so they literally superimposed the surroundings of where they wanted it to be around the truck.
Yep.
That's just crazy.
Have you been watching any of the videos from Corridor Digital, or actually I guess it's the Corridor Crew channel where it's VFX artists react to?
No.
You should. As soon as you start watching some of those, it's like, oh wow, there's a ton of stuff that should be super obvious that I have just been missing my entire life. And most CGI at this point, like when we think of CGI, we think of like, okay, big robot monsters and this, that, and the other. And while those are cool, and yes, those are usually 100% CGI, the vast majority of CGI that happens in movies is backgrounds. The most boring stuff possible. It's so we've gotten backgrounds so good we don't even know that it's there.
Yeah. Yep. But like even like the point where Bucky is clamoring to stay onto the bottom of the truck. The road's not even there.
Yeah.
Which I kind of assumed, but still mind-blowing how good CGI has gotten.
Oh yeah, it's unbelievable.
No, the problem is that it is believable.
It is unbelievable that we've come to a point technologically where we can trick our mind to the point that we believe that the thing that we see is real.
Yeah.
There we are. I knew I could get that in there somewhere. It's all about creative wording.
Oh, so I went to the cardiologist last week.
Yeah.
I'm no longer on any medication.
Awesome. I wish I could say that.
The CPAP is all I need, or the
Oh,
APAP is all I need.
nice.
And Brokebutt and I went for a 3-hour hike today. That was fun. It was less of hiking and more trail walking. It was a rough trail, like there were roots and stuff and rocks and stuff. It wasn't a flat paved surface, but
Right.
I mean, it wasn't like up hills or anything like that. There were a few hills, but nothing crazy. But I got a lot of good pictures taken. It was fun, and we're going to start doing that a lot more.
I did absolutely nothing today. And wonderful. Today is the first like real day off I've had in 3 weeks.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you logged in, um, uh, 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 4 hours ago to see my message, and then just went back to sleep or something.
No, I was doing other things, and I was doing some recording at that point. But I don't really consider that to be like work per se.
Yeah.
So it was like, am I going to stop my stream of consciousness to react to Master's message? No. So I'll get to that later. And then I like totally forgot that it existed for a while, which is quite frequent. Which shouldn't be as frequent as it is because, it's right in front of my face, but it still happens quite a bit. This is why people get really frustrated when they text me. Because like, oh, here's a blah, 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 and they just try and get me to react to something like, yeah, sometimes I just don't get texts, and then other times I get them, and then I forget that I get them, and like 8 days later, I get another text, and they're like, hey, why didn't you respond to my text? I'm like, well, you have two options here. Number one, I forgot about it. Number two, you're not as important to me as you think you are. In which case, probably both of those are accurate. I'm a bad
That's
person.
fair.
I'm a bad person.
So where do I fall on that spectrum?
Well, here we are talking.
Speaking of talking,
Yes,
the Muppets
the Muppets
coming to a museum near you,
coming to a museum near me.
as well as a Masters coming to a museum near you.
Let that be a lesson to the audience. If you would like Master to come visit you, you just have to have the right bait.
Yeah, like live near Disney World. That would be a great one.
Mm-hmm.
Disney World together. But yeah, so we just got to figure out when I'm going to come see the Muppets. I mean, you.
Are we gonna have to do like a live show?
A live show? What
I
do you
mean, like not like a live show, but like a live show with both of us in the same room.
Oh yeah, we're definitely gonna have to do that.
Like we'll have
because
to,
I'll be there all weekend.
like okay, so we'll go to the museum on Saturday, and like we'll hit up we'll have a lot to talk about at that point. We'll be like either completely support or completely roast the Muppets presentation. One of the two. We're like, yeah, they had like a pig, they had like a a puppet there. It's fine. Some guy who didn't know what he was doing was making the mouth move. It's fine. I didn't believe it. He was trying to do the voice. He sounded a lot more like Gonzo than Kermit, but.
Oh yeah, we'll have lots of ammo that day.
We might have a lot less ammo that day, depending on how long we're at the museum.
We'll have to go shooting too.
That's what I was saying.
I'll bring my 1. You bring your 12.
I don't have 12 yet.
Well, by the time I get there, you probably will be up there.
That's a fair estimation. Actually, I just sent this to someone earlier.
Oh, so my mother sent me a text. It's been a while ago now, though. of somebody was selling their 3D printer
Yeah.
for $200.
I bought my 3D printer new for $200.
Oh, did you? Oh, that's not as exciting as I thought it was then.
Nope. And that came with like a 2-year warranty or something like that.
Oh, this also comes with filament.
Okay. How much?
It just says with filament.
Knowing how much makes a big difference. Also,
Yep.
what kind of filament? Because
Yep.
the reason they might be getting rid of it is because they tried to run the wrong kind through it and then they gummed it up and they're just like, well, I could fix it or I could just try and sell it to somebody. Not that anyone on the internet would ever be unscrupulous like that, but just on the off chance, you should probably get some more information about that.
I'm not buying it.
Oh, okay.
Phone, why are you not charging? Like, it's really hot. I don't know why.
Huh. You're in Alabama?
And my phone won't work on the wireless charger right now for some reason.
Default to answer number 1?
I don't know. It's weird.
Yep.
Plug it in, stick it upside down. It's fine.
So for context, I do this also in the podcast thread. You were talking about how many guns I have. I saw someone on Twitter posted up, how many guns should a normal person have? About 5. That sounds like a gun enthusiast to me. No, a gun enthusiast has 15. That sounds like someone obsessed with guns. No, people obsessed with guns have hundreds. That sounds like a psycho. No, psychos seldom own guns or just get 1 or 2. That sounds like a normal person, though. No, a normal person has about 5. We already covered that. I'm like, oh, this is my thought process entirely. And so I responded very judiciously to the person that I'm currently a enthusiast on my way to being an obsessive, as all good people should be, right?
No, I'm a psycho.
Well, at least by the numbers you are right now. I have 2 people. One I would consider a friend. The other one I'm working on to make him a friend, kind of thing. He's kind of a tough nut to crack, but like they're both gun guys, and they both have guns that they're looking to potentially get rid of within the next year or so. And I'm like, hey guys, you don't have to look for a buyer. You've already found one. I'll take those right off your hands. Don't you even, like, one of them is even an AK, and I'm like, oh, of course I'll buy your AK. I'd love to buy your AK because I love AKs. They're so nice. They're just, and he has a rare AK. He has like a 1992 like pre-ban imported Sega 12 shotgun. Oh, which are just rare as all get out. The other guy's got like a Ruger GP100 357 Magnum revolver. He's just like, yeah, I don't really need this one. I'm like, well, need is a strong word, my friend.
It's good to no longer be a peasant.
And I am no longer a peasant. Let me tell you. Remember that thing I said that this is like the first day off I've had in 3 weeks?
Mm-hmm.
My paycheck looks like it. Oh. The glass business is I can't even make some of these jokes because they just sound so wrong, but they're like accurate anyway. Like the glass business is going gangbusters because all the gangs are busting glass.
Wow.
It's a growth industry right now. Every time I hear the word protest, I'm like, well, I'm getting paid more next week, aren't I? And like, it would be one thing if I was like, working for a company that like they we're like end of line retail for glass and stuff. But it's a whole other thing when you are a glass supplier to all of these end of line retailers because they buy all their glass from you. And there's so much glass. It's ridiculous how much glass they just keep dumping on me. And I'm like, I mean, I'm not upset. Keep giving it to me. Thank you. Appreciate it. Kind of curious as to why my check hasn't popped up in my feed though. Might have to have a conversation with my HR manager. Tell him you owe me money. Because he owes me money.
Were you supposed to get paid? You haven't gotten paid yet?
I'm not entirely sure when the pay schedule actually works out. It's kind of sketchy. I'm not really sure. I mean, not like it's sketchy and suspect that they're actually going to start paying people. They're actually going to be paying people, but like they pay every 2 weeks, but their pay schedule runs Friday to Thursday. And then I didn't get a check on Friday, which I guess using the system that they're using to pay out checks, I'm like, okay, maybe it'll come Monday. And if I don't see anything by Monday, I'll be like, yeah, I probably need to have a conversation with somebody to be like, where is money? I would like to have my money now.
Well, also I don't know how they do it there, but there's a lot of times that when you do direct deposit for your checks,
yeah,
the first check you actually get a physical check because it doesn't have time to.
I already got my first check.
Okay.
Yeah. And the last 2 weeks, I've gotten paid close to $2,000 a week for the last 2 weeks. Very close.
Wow. It's more than I get paid in a month.
Lots of overtime. Lots and lots and lots of overtime. Which, like, it's good. I like the money. But, like, it's not so great because I have a bunch of other things I gotta do. And I need energy and time and motivation to do them. So, like, today, nothing was going on. I did take a very long nap after I got up and did a Bible study and something else. But, like, I did get up and take a nap because I'm like, I need it. I just really, really needed it. And then I'm still not finished with my Bible study for my other YouTube channel yet because I've been lazy and slow and haven't done it yet. I was also supposed to play something with Micro earlier, and that didn't happen because my alarm went off, but I didn't get up.
Fun.
Yeah. Oh dear. Masters, am I gonna have to start sending you inappropriate memes too?
Oh my god. Do you like the picture I sent you of me and Brokebutt hiking?
Uh, there you go. Like.
Wow.
Hey, I have that shirt.
I know you.
I wore it to Disney.
It was literally. Oh crap.
Oh crap! What?
It was literally the only shirt I had left today. Because I need to do laundry.
Uh-huh.
And I started laundry like 5 hours ago and completely forgot about it because I've been dealing with Comcast or trying to deal with Comcast. And so, yeah, it's still in the washer and I just stick it in the dryer. And that's just the towels. I haven't even gotten to my clothes yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to abandon you for a second.
Uh-oh. as he goes to take care of,
This is more important.
as he goes to take care of, life things, I'm sitting here with dishes that have been sitting there since like Friday.
Let's not get started on dishes.
Friday of last week.
Yeah, mine's worse.
I might be being generous to myself by saying Friday of last week because I don't actually know. Actually, I can find out when my dishes are from. I have a record. Which is probably not a good thing. But when are my dishes from? My dishes are from. Ooh. April the 27th. So what is that? 7, 8, 12 days ago. Almost to 2 weeks. I really need to do dishes. Why is adulting so hard, Masters? If you can hear me.
I can hear you, yes.
Then answer my question, dadgummit.
Because we're lazy.
This is the truth. What does this podcast become? I don't know.
One guy had a mic, the other yelling from another room.
Why is this suddenly the most entertaining? Like, okay, seriously, this is now the most entertaining part of the thing. The most entertaining thing that's happened in like, yeah, a while. Yeah, I don't know. I guess as a sign.
My dishes are over a month old.
Oh wow! Okay, you have me beat.
Yeah,
mine are only 12 days.
It's not a lot of dishes.
Mine's probably a lot of dishes.
It's a pot, a plate, 2 bowls, 2 cups, a strainer, 3 pans, and almost all of my silverware. Almost, which is why I haven't done dishes yet. Are you laughing because that's accurate for you as well?
No, my dishes are bad. Like I have a bunch of stuff that it's been
like it probably wouldn't take me 15 minutes to actually do the dishes. I just don't wanna.
It's gonna take me at least half an hour, maybe 45 minutes. I have a lot of dishes, and I'll have more in like 2 days when I actually finish all the rest of the food that I made halfway through those 12 days. I cook in like this is already kind of well known. I cook for like 12 people, and then I just eat it until it's gone.
Yeah, food's only good for about a week after you've cooked it.
That's usually how long it takes me.
Okay, well, I've also heard you eating curry 3 weeks old.
That was a rare circumstance. It has not happened again since. Hey, I did actually right now I am eating off some curry that I made, but I made the curry on Tuesday, and I only have like 2 more days worth of it left. So, just in that perfect time frame. Right?
No.
I did discover that I did something wrong with it because curry is very, very, very flexible. You can throw anything you want in there. Like, there's some things that you probably shouldn't throw in there, but I haven't found out what those are yet. So I'm just every time I make curry, I'm like, okay, so I need some base staples in there just so that it's like, it has enough ingredients to not just be like all meat, which was the second time that I made curry. It was basically just all meat, which is not bad, but I think, can you live on meat alone? I've thought about it a couple times.
I have done that most of my life, so yes.
Probably not, very dollar conscious at the moment, but thought. Anyway,
I mean, there have been months of my life where I literally only eat chicken.
I could do that for pork. Chicken, yeah, I have to do something to it. Although I did make a wonderful roast chicken. A couple. Actually, I made a wonderful roast chicken. No, actually, my dishes are older than 12 days, because I made something else the day before that. So they're 13 days old. I made a poor man's Italian wedding soup with some leftover chicken meatballs that I had. Because I got home on Monday the something or other day, Monday the 26th, and I had to go into work at 4 a.m. the next day. I'm like, I don't have time to finish the actual meal I was planning to make for myself. So I chopped a bunch of vegetables, threw it in there, chicken meatballs, and just like threw it in a pot and cooked it. And like the first day, it was pretty bad. I'm gonna be honest. It was like one of the worst things I've cooked for myself. And I'm like, oh well, yeah, it's still edible. So I'll just eat it and then I'll finish it off. And then like the next day, I made this roast chicken, which was amazing. And then on Thursday, I went back to the soup because I'm like, okay, well, let me just get this done, and then I'll finish eating this whole roast chicken. And the soup in that 2 days like cured or fermented or did something, and it was better than the chicken, like way better than the chicken. I'm like, this is the stuff right here. I chopped up a whole tomato and threw it in the soup, and apparently in like those 2 days it did something chemically to the soup, and it became this kind of like light tangy kind of thing with these gigantic chicken meatballs in there. It was amazing.
That doesn't sound amazing.
It was awesome. I mean, it was also, when I say light and tangy, I mean it was light and tangy on top of the thick, hearty, meaty soup that it was anyway. It just needed a little bit of something to like cut the grease and the fat from all the chicken, because there was a lot of chicken, because I made it, because I like chicken and meat and grease and fat. And right now, the job I'm doing, I can eat a whole lot of chicken and grease and fat, and I'm still losing weight. Like, a lot of weight. It's only been 3 weeks, man. I got people saying, "Are you on a diet?" And I'm like, no, I'm eating more than I ever have before in my life. And I feel like I'm losing the battle.
Oh, that's how Brooke is right now. She's started working out again,
Uh-huh.
and she's like, "I'm always eating."
I pulled a 12-hour shift, my first 12-hour shift last week.
Yeah.
And I came in the house and I was so tired. And like, it's a very physical job. So like you're sweating and you just feel nasty sometimes when you come in the house. I'm like, oh, I need a shower. I need a nap. I need to do this. Just like this. And like I had something I had to do in like 2 hours. I'm like, okay, all these things have to happen. But first, let's get some food. Like everything else became less important. I need food. Unfortunately, I had that wonderful Italian wedding soup to just dig into right away, and it was perfect. Just what the doctor ordered. Oh, and when I came in from the to that roast chicken, like on the first day, like I said, it was really good. It was so good that it probably deserved to have a plate. It did not go on. Like I just like walked in. I'm like, okay, well let's see if it's done. So I just like tugged on the leg, and the leg came off. I'm like, oh well. I mean, if the leg came off, I guess I gotta sample this. Just devoured it. Devoured the other leg. Pulled off the wings. Sorry to tear one of the thighs apart. And I'm like, I really should have gotten a plate. Too late now. I've eaten half the chicken. Mm, so good. I'm sorry, I cut you off. I was having food memories, which are wonderful memories. What were you saying?
I don't think I was saying anything.
Mm.
I can't really think of anything else
I've been thinking
that I
about.
want to talk about.
So I've been thinking about starting off my days at work by drinking some like pre-workout mix. Some like super high protein shake kind of thing. Because, I mean, basically, I'm going to the gym for 10 to 12 hours a day, lifting heavy objects all day long. Why not?
Yeah,
Have we run through your daily word allotment, Masters?
I think so. I've been with Broadput all day, so
Yeah, that'll do it. But it looks like y'all had fun. Not that anyone else is going to see
loads of
that.
fun. I had loads of fun. Yeah, that tree tore her legs to pieces.
Yeah, I don't recommend climbing a tree. Sure, it's not the smartest thing you can do.
Well,
I'm not going to say that. Um,
what?
I'm just looking through stuff, seeing if there's anything else to throw at you. Not yet. Um, Alrighty, well then I guess we can call it there. I guess. Let's
I don't know. Something amazing, I guess.
Oh, I started writing songs again.
Again?
Again, I'd quit for
What
like a
kind
year
of
and a half.
songs?
Oh, Christian songs. Only kind of songs I sing, or really, are that I write. I mean, I guess I did.
That's not true.
Okay, not the only kind of songs I sing, but it's the only kind of songs that I write, except for some ones that are from like like a decade ago.
That's not true.
What songs have I written non-Christian recently? Written.
Uh, Laws of Minecraft.
Parodies don't count. Those aren't written songs.
Parodies do count.
And and to be perfectly frank, there's no evidence that I've written anything about the loss of Minecraft.
That's fair.
Oh.
This is one of my favorite photos I took today. I guess I could put that one in Wetzel's pocket. I'm getting back into photography.
Mm-hmm.
I really love photography. I've always tried to avoid it. Not tried to avoid it, but I've always avoided it because I didn't have the money to buy an actual camera.
Right.
But I've recently been going through my photos on Google Photos a lot recently, and I have a lot of good photos that I've just taken with my phone.
Mm-hmm.
So I've started posting some of them on Instagram.
A couple years ago, when I say a couple years ago, I mean like over a decade ago. About when I was last like writing original non-Christian songs, which I think I wrote 2 of, both of which were absolutely terrible, which I acknowledged at the time. I was also pretty big into photography, and I was posting some stuff on an online art site, and I was initially just taking a bunch of photos with my phone, like, okay, well, I like this and do this and run it through this filter and yada yada who's it's. And then I was like, well, I really am enjoying this, so I should get a camera. And I got a camera, and the little community that I built there immediately rebelled against me and were like, you have to get rid of the camera. It's ruining your photography. I'm like,
What?
yeah.
The camera is ruining your photography?
They thought my like 2.4 megapixel phone camera was better than my uh whatever it was, Nikon.
Why? Because you didn't know how to use it?
I mean, I took some great pictures with my Nikon. It was just they were a little bit more, or perhaps it was just that they were a little bit less spontaneous. Um, a lot because if you have your phone, you can just take pictures at any time, really. Um, but sometimes in order to, do I have any of my phone pictures on here anywhere? Um, I don't seem to have any of my phone pictures on here, but I mean, I have a bunch of pictures from when I was in South Africa, and a bunch from Madagascar as well. Some were just kind of like, I am here taking a picture of this thing, and those aren't so great. But um, other pictures, I think came out pretty well. Let's see, that's a terrible picture. Why did I take that one? It was of me. That's never a good thing. I gotta have something here.
You took that picture?
I took that picture.
Interesting.
I'm trying to find other pictures here that I like.
How?
How?
Yeah.
Camera.
Hmm.
Just one of those press X to doubt moments.
No, I'm going to start keeping a tally of how many times I need to slap you when I come down this summer.
Why?
Come up this summer.
Why?
For your sarcasm.
That's probably fair.
But like, answer the question the way I want you to.
Well, I'm not sure what information you're looking for.
Like, you have the blacked out background with this vibrant rose.
Mm-hmm.
How?
I'm not entirely sure, actually. Okay, so the edge is a little bit overexposed. Oh, I know how I did this. So it's clearly it's macro photography. I was using the macro filter on my higher end point and shoot Nikon. And the rose here was kind of like on this long stem, and you can't see it because it's obscured under that lower petal on the right hand side of the picture.
Mm-hmm.
And the others behind the rose, there was this very like dark shadowy place, and so it was bright daylight out, but I took it with very high exposure, and so there was this very harsh shadow in the background, and it was just good positioning. Like that's it.
Interesting.
Yeah, just good positioning. I was like, wow, look at how dark that is when it came out. Um,
That's cool.
yeah, that's one of my favorite pictures from South Africa. Um,
So why are you posting these directly to me and not in the World Source podcast?
That's a great question. I think it's because I thought this was in the World's Worst podcast, and I'm an idiot. There we go. Fix that. Where's that rose picture? It was in here somewhere. Back before all this? Probably before all this. Darn it. I think it was that far back. Nothing's ever simple when you're looking for it. Okay. I have no idea where it went. Oh well. Actually, I do know how to get this up. This. Bam. There. Okay. Let's see. I have another one in here somewheres. I mean, I have a bunch of pictures. Some of them are just kind of flat, and I was intending to like go back and like and do some editing on them. Like I really like this picture of a giraffe because I just like giraffes anyway. But I think it could do with a little bit of color correction, a little bit more contrast, just a couple things to kind of make it really pop. I did that with some, but not most of my pictures because I had like 1,500 pictures, and to really go through and just color correct all of them,
yeah,
it's a bit of a daunting task. I did this one. This one's kind of nice.
I wish I had Photoshop to do stuff like that.
I didn't use Photoshop.
Yeah, I've tried using free programs, but they don't really do what I want them to do. I can never get the look I want out of them.
There's this. Oh man, that's actually a really good picture. I should do something with this one too. Also, some of the sunsets there are just unbelievable. So, not that I'm flexing or anything, but I'm definitely flexing. At least in that regard. There's my favorite giraffe. I've already posted my favorite giraffe picture in here. It's somewhere back there before. If you guys want to go through it, you can dig through the World's Worst Podcast interaction thread on the Discord. There's a link in the description down below. You should definitely join. Yeah. Cool stuff. Oh, these are cool flowers.
They look like bananas.
I know they look like bananas. I randomly caught some.
I know, but you randomly said, "Look at these cool flowers."
I know.
I was trying to give some exposition to the people that are not looking at the cool flowers.
Well, they should just join the Discord and get there. I mean, the information is out there. They're just not clicking on the button. Yeah, South Africa was a great place for photography, but not at night. Most of my night shots are abysmally bad. Let's see, anything else in here of great import and or historical value? Probably not. No, basically not. I think I got another 15 minutes. I was just looking at my own pictures. Yeah. Anything else, Mr. Masters?
Can't think of anything.
Okay. Well, why don't we try calling it there then? Uh, Thank you, everyone. Basically, Sasquatch, for tuning in. We appreciate you. We apologize for the break we took last week. That was entirely my fault. Times whatever number it is to reach infinity. Because it was entirely my fault. And yeah, hopefully we'll get to interact with y'all again soon. And you'll have a great week. And yeah, I think that's about it. Alrighty then. Goodbye.
Bye.